some of it. Must be cold out there. I don't think I have any frost on my tent at least. Good morning. It is 6:20. Leaving camp. There are 4 other tenters over there, so I didn't record much. I did use the outhouse sort of. It was so gross, you guys. There's used toilet paper on the floor. There wasn't a seat on the toilet. Yeah, so it was like squatting over it. So I didn't show you. I got some water this morning. My water froze a little bit. I mean, not bad. I can hear it rattling when I walk. I have my electronics. Hang on, I'll show you. It's my bag of electronics and water filter. Anyway, my first thermometer reading said 26 degrees. I feel like it took me a while to get out of camp this morning. Had to use the bathroom, put my electronics in my clothes, put on a bunch of clothes because I didn't sleep in all of this. It wasn't cold last night. Yeah, I felt like it was just slow going for some reason. I don't know what my plan is today. Far out comments aren't working. I asked hiker Smalls back there yesterday if she wouldn't mind telling me where the water sources are for tomorrow. So she did, for today, but I asked her yesterday for today. She said the same problem with Far Out happened to her. She reached out to Far Out, who said that to just reset the comments, which I know how to do. She said she had to do that many times to get it to finally work. And you have to have cell phone service to do it. So I will, if I get cell phone service today, I'll be hanging out there for a while until I can get it to work. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to ask someone like all the time about water and, oh, more campers. I guess this should be quiet. Anyway, it is cold out, but I don't feel cold this morning. I'm comfortable. See you down the trail. It's 7:37. I haven't made it very far, but I got up to this peak and thought I would try to see if I had cell phone service, and I did. So I reset the comments on Far Out. It took a few minutes, but it worked. So I can read comments again. While I was sitting there, hiker Hoosier passed me and told me where they would be camping tonight. So if I had any problems, I could at least catch up with them and like have someone to talk to, get information from whatever. Anyway, yay. That was nice. It was cold just sitting there. Oh, let's see where we're at. Oh, we're already in the 40s. It says 44. I don't think it's that warm. Anyway, yay, that worked on the first try. The campers I was with last night, Smalls and Hoosier, and I didn't meet the other one. I talked to him, but I didn't get his name. 2 of the 3 of them had the same problem with theirs. So it's just something that a lot of people are having problems with. I just got lucky that it worked on the first try. Yay! No, I guess I'm lying. Technically, it was the second time. The first time it said it timed out. I don't really know what that means. But for Small, she said she reset it like 3 times or so to get it to work. But the first time I tried it, it just didn't even complete the reset, I think. It just said timed out. But I had actually tried that a little bit lower down the hill. So I decided to climb up a little bit higher, and it worked. So anyway, whatever, I'll take it. Not much happening right now, not a lot of views. I think this is the part of the trail where the comments had said there was a several mile stretch that the trail is just really bad. Man, I had to take off my worm clothes because they were going to get shredded. And there were like 6 blowdowns in a 1/10 of a mile. It was really obnoxious that first little bit. I'm gonna get moving to warm up again though. But I'm just happy that worked. Yay. Got a little bit of a view now. It's kind of far away, but I like looking at the snow-capped mountains. I think they're cool. The trail is getting better, brush-wise and fallen tree-wise. I spoke too soon. The trail is really hard to follow through here because of brush, and obviously people trying to bypass brush. And then sometimes when you see logs down, people put them there saying, or to indicate don't go this way. But there was this massive pile of brush up here I had to bypass. Oh, I don't even see it now. Oh, it's over there. You can't even see it. So I'm off trail right now because there's no way to get through that. I mean, it was craziness. Anyway, so had to wander for a few minutes and try to figure out how to get back on the trail. But I think this is it down here. Oh, I guess that was the original path. That's not the brush I'm talking about. It was, I'll go show you. Well, eventually I'll show you. I didn't feel like it was that far away. Yeah, all of that mess right there. Wait. Well, I don't know anymore. Whatever. I'm back on trail. I guess that's what matters. It's like an obstacle course this morning, and it doesn't stop. It's hard to get any momentum when you have to keep stopping and doing stuff. Oh, thank you for the smile, buddy. Okay, since I'm going downhill for a minute, I thought I would mention the problem I was having with far out yesterday and today, this morning, and why it matters. Far out it used to be called Gut Hook. It's the app I used on the AT. Most people use it, and it's kind of open sourced. So hikers don't have the option to add icons to anything, but there are icons that show tent sites, water, town stops, etc. And a hiker has the ability to click on an icon and add a comment. So those are very useful because, for example, there's a lot of seasonal streams out here. And some of those seasonal streams really just mean if the snow melted, there might be water in them for a couple of days. So the comments are useful because the hiker gets to that stream, there's no water. They put a comment, hey, there's no water here, for the people behind them to know. If there's a stream that's, flowing really well, they'll say that. Comments like, oh, this water's really gross. If you can hold off 2 miles to the next stream, it's better. Just stuff like that. It's also useful for tent sites because they might say, there's 10 tent sites, but a commenter might say all of them are exposed to the wind or they're all unleveled. Just very, very useful information. And not having those comments, mostly about the water sources, is what's hard because I am in a desert. The water is extremely important, and not knowing just really at all where the water is and if it's reliable is a little bit scary. Okay. Lots of rocks out here. Anyway, I'm gonna pull up over here by this log and get my electronics out of my belly, take off my down jacket, and stuff like that. It's 8:44 and I've gone a whole 4.9 miles. Man, okay, it should move faster now. Far out is working. Oh, trail. Warm gear is off. I have my hat on to keep the sun off of me. Sun gloves are in my fanny pack ready to go. Snacks are out. Water's filtered. Alright, let's get some miles in. Look how cool this looks. The last section of the trail has been like this. Narrow trail with very slippery sand on these steep edges. It's making it just really slow going. And I don't want to record on this part, but I thought I'd show you. This little water source isn't even showing up on far out. But I stopped and got some water for my protein powder. There's water a few more times today too. It's so nice to have comments so that I know that. Looks like I have a water crossing. Alright, let me go look around, see what the best place to do this is. Huh. I'm not sure that I have to cross that creek at all. Because Farad is showing them off trail, so this trail here must have just been to go get water. Perhaps there's another trail somewhere else. So I'm gonna go look. I did have to cross that river back there. Then I had to cross it again on these logs. If I remember right, on the AT, Farad would specifically say, yeah, cross river, blah, 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 blah. None of the far out parts on this trail have said, you'll cross river, blah, 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 or creek, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's no indication that says you have to cross it. For what it's worth, I'm pretty sure it would say it on the AT. Yeah. I think this is probably the 20th one of these I've had to maneuver around today. This trail is a mess. A little bit of a view. I feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's 12:30. I'm a little bit late for lunch. I was hoping to find a place with cell phone service to eat, but it's getting late, so I'm going to sit over here in the shade and eat some food. Alright, lunch will be a tamale, some melted cheese, and I'm going to put a Kind Bar in my fanny pack to eat in a little bit. Miles. Alright, last water source of the day. And the party place, apparently.
What kind of fish they got in here? Trout,
A snake in the water.
Oh, snake water.
It's also part German Shepherd.
Right? I'm sure it's parts peasant.
He's coming up on the rock. Hold on,
There's
guys.
my little friend. Ooh, Silas, look at that snake.
Thanks, Snake, for sharing your water with us. 1:40. I steep climb back up from the water. Check out these benches. That's cool. I sit down here and make a plan. There aren't many tent sites coming up, so I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for the day. Well, I don't have a plan. There are no tent sites for a while, so I'm probably gonna have to stealth camp, or like bivvy it up somewhere, cowboy camp. Yeah, I guess we'll figure it out. I packed out honey buns and snacks, little Debbie ones. I'm gonna eat one, and it sounds so good right now. Look, there's another one over here. There, wow. Hey, little pretty guy. Oh my goodness. Another bridge. And a bench. Let's see why it's called Deep Creek. It's pretty high up. I'm pretty high up, I should say. There hasn't been anything to really show today. There's water down there. I feel like I've just been hiking through this, at least for the last few hours. No cell phone service. I'm really glad I took care of the far out thing this morning while I had a chance then. Yeah, no reviews or anything, just walking along the side of a mountain. Getting a little nervous that I won't be able to find a place to camp, but it's not even 3 o'clock, so I have time. But just hasn't been much going on. All kinds of different flowers today. It's 3:30. I might take the site. There's just no other sites listed, and I don't know if I want to cowboy camp with a bunch of people at the hot springs, so I know it's early to stop, but I think this is going to be home for the night. No cell phone service. It's warm, but I'm not sure what else to do. Have my bivvy set up right next to the trail. Only one person has walked by and said they weren't going to the hot springs tonight. So I think I'm okay with being here. Sounds like it's going to be busy. No cell phone service, not much to do. I cold soaked some potato soup, so I'm going to eat that. And I don't know, I might just go ahead and say goodnight now. Maybe edit this video just to have something to do. Got my solar panel hat right there, just charging a battery because why not? Okay, well, good night, everyone.